sounds of Urban X.
So we got word that Sony is trying to put out a new Spider-Man movie, but apparently they want Spider-Man to be bisexual.
How's that going to even work?
What the hell is that about?
Well, you know what it's about.
Oh, you know what it's about. Here's the thing. I don't understand. People that work in film and music and things like that, they get paid to make these decisions, and I feel like they're always making the wrong decision.
Okay.
So, for prime example, right? They just put out the new Birds of Prey movie.
Yes.
Right? They marketed it as no boys allowed, this is women, things like that, and it bombed at the box office.
Yes,
right?
it did.
Because what you did immediately in your marketing is alienate the majority of your fan base.
Of comic book fans.
Of comic book fans, right? Cool. There are women comic book fans.
So, side note, is he going to be like, hey, I mean, like... Is he going to... How's that going to work? How's that going to work? Anyway, all right, yeah.
So, so what's going to happen is you're shoehorn, and then every time comic book movies shoehorn things like agendas in their movies, it pisses people off. They lose fans.
Yeah.
I remember I went to see Avengers Endgame, and then it was a part at the end of the movie like all the women like lined up.
Yeah.
It was a dude behind me who was like, oh.
They were showing the women united.
Yeah,
but Malcolm, let me not play devil's advocate, but play devil's advocate. This is the changing world we live in right now.
Right. Okay.
Watch this. So if you're gay,
right,
or happy, or whatever it is, you need to see a reflection of yourself. Wait a minute. So that's going to segue into the other superhero movie.
Yes.
They got another superhero movie coming out with the black guy.
Eternals. Yes.
The Eternals. Now, is that an old character or is this a new character?
No, it's an old character. I think they're just making him gay in this movie.
Okay.
So here's the thing. I wouldn't have a problem with it if it was organically.
That's what I was getting at. If it was a new superhero,
right,
that's gay. All right, his origins, he was always gay. He come from a gay planet, and he came to Earth, and now that's cool. Spider-Man is a traditional character. Right, but
that's never been gay. Any iteration of Spider-Man, Miles, Peter, never been gay.
He's always smashed girls. Now, watch this. People want to see a black Superman. Now, think about white people. Go, Superman has always.
I don't want to see a black Superman.
Okay, I mean, but there are those who do. We need because really Superman would have should have been black because he's close to the sun. And so I'm just saying. That's how conscious people talk. So I'm just saying, there are those who are saying it's time for a black Superman, right?
Yeah.
Think about the people who think about that stuff in the traditional sense, right?
Right.
I've been watching Superman, Clark Kent, when it was black and white, on TV. Now, James Bond. People are saying it's time for a black James Bond. These are traditional characters that have always been white. So think about the gay people's perspective from that.
But that just goes to a lack of creativity, which I've always complained about on the show.
In Hollywood, absolutely.
Hollywood and music, it's a lack of creativity. Create something.
Somebody said Spider-Man gonna be shooting out bundles. That's
hilarious.
Colors and shit.
Hey, listen. That's a great goddamn joke.
Yeah, it's a great goddamn joke.
It's a great joke. But what's gonna happen with this Spider-Man movie, right? You're gonna piss off fans.
Absolutely.
You're gonna lose money, and then Sony and people don't understand this. Me and Eli know because we're nerds. Sony is going through it with Disney for the rights of Spider-Man. Right?
Absolutely.
Sony is like one of the last big, organizations that hasn't sold to Disney. And the music, the movie industry, people lose money and make money all the time. It's
absolutely.
Very finicky.
Very finicky.
Very finicky. So I think what's going to happen is they're going to...
Handyman, I remember Handyman.
I remember this is going to fail, and they're going to wind up selling the Spider-Man property to Disney, and Disney's going to run the world.
And then Disney will run the world, absolutely. Yeah. So let's pay attention to how
and Spider-Man is the highest grossing superhero ever.
Ever.
Yes.
So, again, I'm just speaking for me. I do not want to see Spider-Man spitting out colorful... rainbow webs, and fighting enemies and getting caught because he really likes the villain. And you caught me, Like I used to play Run, Catch, and Kiss with the, back in the days, and it was always you try to catch that pretty girl, her ass is fast. You be chasing her and shit, and she be like, I'm not letting that ugly nigga Dwayne catch me. And it's always a little ugly girl who acting like she fell down and shit. I have to settle for her and kiss her or some shit. You know. I digress. All right. So what I'm saying here, I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah.
That's just me. Maybe the new progressives want to see that shit. I don't want to see it, so count me out.
Yes. Oh, Lorena, thank you. Thank you for the donation. Cash App donation. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yep.
Yeah, man.
Rashad Taylor, thank you. Appreciate it.
Jeez, man.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban
Yo,
X.
did you hear about the rumor that 50 Cent is gonna produce a Pistol Pete show on Starz?
Yeah, you were telling me about it, and Pistol Pete got 125 years.
Yes.
Plus another.
Plus life. Like,
plus life. So if he come back,
yeah,
he got to go to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Richard Pryor said, "Come on, little nigga, you know what you did last time."
Yeah, so that's interesting.
Rob,
what's
Mac,
up with 50 Cent trying to do all these gangster stories? Like he's doing a BMF story.
Well, I think 50 is comfortable in those lanes.
Okay.
And telling these stories of this is a part of America, and it's a part not to necessarily, in my opinion, glorify.
And we're talking about Pistol Pete from the Bronx,
right?
Soundview, Bronx.
Right.
He started the Sex Money Murder
right.
gang.
That's the one we're talking about.
Yeah.
And because these are American stories of rise and fall, of deprived economics, and certain. So when we start thinking about drug cartels that grew to something, it was a lot of times it was out of necessity. I wrote that in Urban Culture Decoded, and it pissed people off. Drug selling is as American as apple pie. You know, when you think about the Rockefellers, all of these Italians who did it, they just didn't sell it to their own communities, and by the time it trickled down to us, you know, and Nicky Barnes and them tried to, and Bumpy Johnson tried to make sense of watching the Italians and organize things, and now we have young people who have reached amazing heights. It's just that they were killing their own.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yes. And that's the aspect of it. It's an up and down yo-yo. While you excel in that life, everything around you is dying.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's a very weird dynamic. So I'm interested to see where 50 Cent takes the story.
Yeah, I was just fascinated by that. Like,
yeah. I mean, you know, he's got a TV show on now that's doing pretty well.
Really good.
I heard it's really good. It's called I forget the name of it. Somebody in the chat.
Yeah, I heard it's
a brother who was wrongly accused, and now he's becoming a lawyer behind the scenes. And
that's on network television.
Yeah. ABC. So that looks pretty good. So 50 is continuing to grow his his portfolio.